All right, welcome back to episode 2 of the He Ate That podcast. I actually have a thumbnail ready for this video, unlike last time, which I forgot. Uh, um, but we're going to go over predictions and just kind of general team versus team matchups. And if I remember, I'll write down who we think is going to win and see if we can get a percentage and, head to head who is better at predicting. And say hello to my co-host, Croc. Say hi.
Hello. I like that. We can keep tabs on. It's like betting,
Yeah,
who gets the
exactly.
most right.
Exactly. So we can get straight into it. All right, because there was. I'm trying to remember. I had predictions, and then there was like some other thing that I wanted to do, and I can't remember now. But it's okay. We might remember on the way
I think
through.
another idea we had was potential trades, but
Yes.
that might be good after week 1 because we can kind of see how the teams mesh and stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point. But all right, on the screen is our first matchup, and this is Tanner versus Dayton, I believe. Um, the rain team, I believe, is Dayton's. Can you see everything on the screen? Yeah, everything looks good on the stream side. I should have looked at that
Good
prior.
on my end.
But, um, so we got the Darkrai Slither team versus the Zapdos Cloudy Rain team. Any first impressions that you're looking at, kind of thinking about?
Um, I mean, how in the world does? Yeah, he's got some. I mean, this rain team just needs some help, but initial impressions is I don't know how he really touches Gudra without a good Terra.
Um,
CC from Scizor. Body press arc. Body press arc could go hard.
yes, yeah, because what is
Iron
Gudra doing
defense.
back to it? Yeah, I would say that. I'm adjusting the sheet right now, so keep talking for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Iron defense body press arc or I guess it's got stamina. You don't need to do that. You could even run AV if you wanted, and Tanner's team would really struggle to get through that outside of like banded CC from Slither. Armourouge is I don't know if Armourouge is coming because you're missing half of your stab, even if you Terra into a good typing in the rain. Um,
About
but
Armor Rouge,
that being said, I see like nothing on Dayton's team that is going to output enough damage. Like it's bad. It's so much on Bjcl Legion, and I think offensive Zapdos has to come as well.
yeah, I see offensive Zapdos though getting walled by Hisui and Gudra,
Yep.
so
Volt
that's
switch
hard.
King. Yeah.
Zydog's not coming, so he can bring Volt Switch. Um, what the kind of thing what I looked at is I kind of just looked first at kind of typings. Just is there anything that's unresisted that's easily punished by the other team? Dayton's team does not have a dark resist, so Specs Darkrai. I
Into a
mean,
dark rat.
why not Specs Darkrai, right? I don't
Yeah.
in the speed tiers, you can't see it on screen, but in the speed tiers, Dane's team outside of Rain fastest is 111. That's Screamtail and Mousehold. Darkrai's faster, so that's 14 points ahead. I'm pretty sure you could probably run Modest at that point. Modest specs outside of Rain.
I would agree.
Yikes!
Yeah.
Yikes! Yeah. And on Tanner's side, he is technically weak to flying. But he has in the matchup, Zapdos is his flying type, but it has Hisuian Gudra has just a fantastic matchup into it that weakness isn't really affected in this here.
Right.
Um,
And even if he volt switches, like, who does he go into to kill Gudra? Arcaludon, Scizor with CC. Like, his options for killing Gudra are not great.
yeah, it's Scizor. That's what it really looks like. Though, I would say on the flip side, more for Dayton side, Dayton can actually put up hazards. I actually, once I put these teams in, and you go to the move section, Tanner only has sticky webs. Literally no stealth rocks and no spikes. Zero.
Respect.
It's just crazy.
That is crazy.
But
damn, yeah, he doesn't have to run boot Zapdos. Spec
No.
Zapdos actually can really hit.
Right. It's actually pretty interesting. It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Another thing I was kind of looking at is that if Screamtail does not come, the Terra Psychic Expanding Force runs this team.
That's true.
Even though he has decent resists, on paper he has steel types, but they're not Spadef, and Screamtails is only like Spadef that resists the Psychic of the Terra. I think what looks amazing is like in the Psychic terrain, maybe like a Calm Mind set.
True.
Terra something, get a weak armor boost, and then just cook.
My worry with that is, outside of Last Respects, what physical ghost move does Bjcl Legion have?
I don't know if it has any, honestly.
If it doesn't, then yeah, you can absolutely do that.
Let's see.
But if it does, then Terra's Psychic is kind of spooky into a Swift Swim Bjcl Legion.
It has Crunch, and that's it.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, and you've got great Crunch swap-ins.
Yeah, 100%. Although Terra Fish is always going to be a problem, right?
Yeah.
I was looking at kind of, if we just look at a water resist, right? Because I looked at Specs Darkrai, is kind of unchecked. But let's just say, right, Terra Water Bjcl Legion. Adaptability. Water is kind of checked. Well, he has Goodra and he has Mega Blastoise. And I was like, oh, okay, that's hard. But I was thinking, with the combination of Zapdos and Clodsire, Mega Blastoise feels like a hard bring. And Ludicolo. Yeah, it's in rain, but you got the Water Absorb Cloddy. You got Zapdos. Like, it just feels such a hard bring, so there's a lot resting on Hisuian and Goodra, possibly. And if you can kill that, what is stopping a Rain Bjcl Legion? So this feels super top heavy and super offensive, and if a wall breaks, anything can happen.
I agree. I currently almost done looking at if Shell Smash Mega Blastoise max speed outspeeds Bjcl Legion in the rain. I would assume
it would
no.
be a no because 78 speed Mega Blast. Oh no, it's tied. Oh
no, it's faster. Oh, that's adamant.
It would be tied.
It's tied. Oh,
both 78 base speed.
Shell Smash Mega Blastoise in the rain. I know he's got Claude, but like a +2 ice. It's got Unaware. If you get through Claude.
Yeah, but you have to debate whether it's Water Absorb or Unaware, and you just click a move that's not a water move, and you can.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good point.
What? Shell Smash Mega Blastoise would absolutely go for this game.
That's pretty cool.
Aura Sphere Mega Launcher for friggin' Arcaludon. AV that, bud.
Yeah, no thank you. But all right. First matchup, who you going with?
I would imagine we're on the same page here. I'm going Tanner. I think Specs Darkrai gets 3 kills minimum, like every round.
Yeah, I would say the Darkrai is what's pulling me over the end, because it's unchecked, right? And it's just so hard. I mean, what is he gonna do if he leads it? Right, he has to lead Politoed.
Literally.
Right, to be able to revenge.
Yep. Things die.
Unless it's a AV scissor that can live, but then it has to not get flinched. Right, there's so many things that has to go in Dayton's way to not lose to a lead Specs Darkrai.
Yeah, and like, does AV Scissor live too if you're like not fully investing?
Who knows, dude? I don't know. And just based on type matchup alone, that's what feels obvious.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's just too much. And Darkrai is Darkrai. Like,
Yeah.
if he were weak to, say, Zygarde or, Galvantula, like, you can kind of work around that. It's hard to work around Darkrai when you're weak to it.
Yeah, 100%. And I liked the set that Tanner brought against me one time, which was like Black Glasses, all dark moves. Because he also had Sucker Punch and Knockoff and Dark Pulse and things like that.
Oh,
So, like,
dope.
that is a decent set again, you know? But I think Specs is just go hit hard. Go break through walls.
Yep, I agree wholeheartedly.
All right, let's get to the next matchup. Next
So we
matchup
got-
is against Biff and Slim.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'll talk first this time.
Yeah, go
And
for it.
the things that I saw first, I like what I do, kind of, and how I prep as well, is I look at type matchups, right? What are you weak to? But then, what can I exploit on that? And do you have a mon that, checks me, right? Because say you're weak to, I don't know, a water, but your best physical water is like a Basque Legion, right? But the other team has a Mega Slowbro. Then you're really not that weak to water. Because you
Right.
have one of the best resists, and then if you don't Mega, you Regenerator. Right, so it kind of looks like that. I go there first, and then I go to the Mons, and kind of things like that. So, first type things, this only resists to ice is Metagross, which is gonna Terra, but Slim doesn't have really strong ice types. The one thing I was looking in the Terra matchup is because Metagross is Terra, agility, weakness policy, or agility, life orb, agility, boosting item. Metagross goes so darn hard here, and with the combination of fighting, steel, and I think it gets knockoff, so I would probably bring knockoff. And then Terra fighting to resist the Terra low kicks. Both of its stabs, right, that are the most important in Tinted Lens. You resist that, you're faster, you can kill it with, say, if you're a Terra fighting Hammer Arm. Terra, even Heavy Slam probably takes it out, so maybe if you run Steel, things like that. And then, so Metagross looks so darn good into this team. Like a bulky variant. And then what does Slim do to a +1 gouging fire? He has Slowbro, but gouging fire is not weak to water, so you'd have to T-wave it. And you just DD Morning Sun in front of Slowbro, wipes out the team. That's what I see.
Yeah. So I've seen Biff's team. It's the only team I've seen for week one. So I'm not gonna go too much into it. But I mean, it's no secret, and I mean, I saw this too. Like you said, gouging fire gets 1 DD, and what does Slim do?
Yep.
And the answer is not much. He's got to intimidate cycle, and then Biff can just like you said, DD Morning Sun all day.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think gouging fire Slim has to find a way to somehow bait it in and kill it with Bolt, but good luck with that. And Terra Metagross, I think, is going to just be great every week.
Yep.
Same with low kicks.
Yep.
I mean, low kicks is every week just going to be such a threat you have to prep for. But I just think Biff's team, even without seeing his prep, I would prefer Biff's team in this matchup.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, on paper, I would agree and talk more about, Slim's side. Luckily, Regieleki's probably not coming. And if it is coming, it's just going to be a screams, boom type of deal because you have Iron Treads. And Iron Treads has actually a great matchup into this team because it ties with, speed ties with Enam. So is Enam going to be a Scarfed outspeed Pulse? And then at that point, you can play around that because you always have a Heavy Slam kill. And then outside of Enam, if it doesn't want to come in and can't kill, say, an AV Treads, you outspeed the most rest of Biv's team, and EQ is so free if Enam's scared, right? Gouging, Metagross, Regieleki, Drapion, but then you have Sandaconda. Sandaconda eats AV treads for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Biff is semi-weak to ice, and I mean, you can kind of click Ice Spinner for free. Sandaconda is super bulky, but it's not going to want to swap in a ton.
Yeah, and treads is not staying in on a Sandaconda.
Hell no. But you can predict it coming in.
Yeah. And then the other thing I was looking at is I think Tauros is going to have to put up LeBron numbers if Slim wants to win this game. I think low kicks and Dragapult are great, and I think you turning around getting chip, but I think Tauros is going to have to be the bulk up, scarf, adamant, whatever it is.
Bulk up scarf.
Whichever set you want.
Yeah, I got you.
The combination of fighting plus fire does so well. You just have to get rid of Sandaconda, honestly. So is that, do you believe Drapion's not coming? Set up a T-Spike lead. And if Savali and Regieleki don't come, is he defogging them away? Kind of things like that. Slowbro has to put up so much defense, and I don't think he could do it all between Gouging Fire and Metagross, right? Because Slowbro is a check, but you have to deal with Metagross too. And is Metagross going to bring Shadow Ball? Because I think it gets it.
I think he has Shadow Claw.
Shadow Claw. I'm trying to think some things, especially offensive. But I
think realistically we're week one seeing what you and I talked about in the team rankings, where Slim's team is just, it's so much pressure on Dragapult low kicks. It's they're gonna have to really chip, and then hopefully the rest of the Goon squad can finish the kills.
Yeah. The other last mon I'll talk about Slim side. I think Shaman has to come. Shaman's going to be super good into Ogerpon, super good into Regieleki if it comes, Sandaconda, even Porygon with its defense drops, and it has natural cure to take a T-Wave Toxic from Porygon, things like that. I think Shaman's going to be fantastic and a very good glue piece that needs to come if he wants to win.
My worry is that Gouging Fire just sets up on it for free. He can Thunder Powder. He can Stun Spore it, but like you said, it's okay.
Shaman gets Earth Power.
Now. But are you going to invest enough specially for that to matter and then die easier, or are you going to go the bulky variant so you can walk?
Not with Gouging Fire, but my point stands.
Yeah.
I think
Gouging Fire. It's like the Darker. I think it's just Gouging Fire with 1D dash just does too much.
Yeah, it just destroys his team.
Yeah.
Yeah, because because Dragon alone, Togekiss is his resist, and it's not living a +1 heat crash. So
no.
Yeah, I think we both are gonna pick Biff on this. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll let you go first, but I think we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Again.
No, I'm moving on.
All right.
Go ahead. This is Josh versus Plats.
Josh versus Plats. I forgot how good Josh's team is.
Yeah, this team's crazy.
Plazas has great resistances and very few weaknesses, but it's
yeah, the only thing he's really weak to would be a special ghost type, which Golden Goat is. Right, his only resist is Overquill. But and the more I look at that, what stops us? We always go to specs, but specs Golden Go. If you can position that correctly, speed tiers wise, it does kind of wreck the because Golden Go's 84, and below that, its lowest. Golden Go does not speed everything, so it might be Scarf. If a Scarf outspeeds.
Beanie is not going to want to take a Make It Rain because it's neutral.
Yeah.
Beanie is super especially bulky, but I could also see a Fizz Def Golden Go with lefties and then just nasty plot up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But Heat Ran does kind of make that a little spooky.
Yeah, Heat Ran's just so bulky.
Funny enough, Mega Sceptile has a pretty good matchup.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah.
It looks so good into this matchup. The other thing I was looking is the combination of Ice plus Ghost against Josh looks so darn good. Look at Frostlass. Frostlass is 110, so it outspeeds everything but Val and Jolteon, which is fine, right? You Salamence, it has to Terra into something, but you get a Wisp. Frostlass has Wisp. Golden Go, you're poltergeisting it. It has to be Scarf. You can Scout. Mesprit, you're poltergeisting or shadow balling it. Masquerain, you're ice beaming it. Galarian Weezing, you special Shadow Ball Ice Beam is doing a lot. Same thing with Swampert, you're Wisping Swampert. Ting-Lu, you're Wisping. Wisp, Ice, Ghost is so scary against Josh. Oh my gosh.
It really is. Also, don't sleep on the fast Destiny Bond.
That too, 100%.
Yeah. Like, oh, dang, Golden Go's a real problem for my team. Destiny Bond into the Shadow Ball.
Yeah, if it's not Scarf, 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
Go
ahead.
Kind of moving on from that point, the only scary, like, obviously, Valiant Ting-Lu are scary, but the scariest thing, I guess, on Josh's team against Plaz is Salamence. What is Terra's Salamence going to be? And how is he going to deal with that?
Yeah. It's hard to say because, like, I mean, like I said, Plaza's team does have really good resistances. So, do you go an offensive Terra? Do you try to hit one of those weaknesses? Or do you go a defensive Terra so you can try to set up safer? Also, what Terra is Lucario going to go? Terra Steel is not the worst thing in this game. Terra Fighting, also not terrible. But I think Terra Steel is a little better considering Valiant and Galarian Weezing. I also like that Plaz can bring two mixed attackers that kind of do really well. Lucario and Mega Sceptile. Yep. Like a DD Mega Sceptile, so you can hopefully outspeed... Well, Valiant's going to be speed booster, so maybe 2.
Right.
But, yeah, if you go like a physical Sceptile with like Leaf Storm for the Ting-Lu. Or Grass Knot, if it gets that.
It might, but yeah, same thing.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to prep for that when it's good into you.
Right.
Also, Gothitelle, we talked about Parish Song trapping. Like, if there's a big threat,
And the great thing about Gothitelle is, like, Plaz can hard play for a certain, archetype of a team and go, okay, Jolteon destroys my team. Right? Say he doesn't bring Donphan, whatever. Jolteon destroys his team. Okay, I'm building Spidef Gothitelle, and I'm killing Jolteon. Right, so you have such a good matchup to the rest of the 5, and you have your one counter. And which is that going to be on? Which Pokemon is going to carry a Shed Shell, or if any, right? What's it going to be?
Right. Yeah, it's definitely tough because if you build Gothitelle, like you said, for what you're weak to, you can just Perish Trap it. And then you get to swap out on the last turn. So, like, it's really strong, but it's very finicky. Because, like, Gothitelle is bulky, but, like this game, you'd want to get rid of Golden Go. You're really not going to be appreciating those Shadow Balls.
Right.
You're going to have Protect and, like, take one and then Protect again, and then you swap. But, like, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how Plaz uses Gothitelle this entire season.
Yeah, 100%. And the last note I have is you have on Josh's side Ting-Lu, which is one of the best, if not the best, hazard setter besides, Hammerot and Cleavor. But hazards will not stay on Plaza's field, right? You have Donphan, who's his spinner. And who's going to block spin? Golden Go. Golden Go is not going to appreciate a knockoff or an Earthquake that Donphan can run, especially if it's AV offensive Donphan. So hazards, with the best hazard setter, it doesn't look good to bring those. Maybe just one to try to just get a few chips, but you can't rely on it this game.
Yeah. He's got two defoggers, which I know Golden Go can block as well, but like Golden Go is not really going to appreciate a Thunderbolt from Thundurus.
Right.
Feeny can't really touch Golden Go, but Thundurus will definitely not feel great.
Yeah, I would say my vote for this actually, I think I'm really hype on the matchup of Frostlass, Megaseptile, and Lucario. So I think that offensive core will and can win. I think Megaseptile or Frostlass early, Megaseptile mid, and Priority Lucario late. I think we'll win the game. I'm gonna vote Plaz.
That's so funny. Because I thought I was going to be unique in voting Plaz, but we're on the same page again. I really think a mixed Megaseptile, if he's gets enough DDs to outspeed Iron Val, is just going to go crazy.
He'll
then,
only
like you
need
said,
one.
priority
He's so
Lucario
fast.
late game. He's so fast, but like, does +1 outspeed Val?
Yeah, because Megaseptile is 145, Val is 116. So if Val is booster speed, all you need is one. You EV it right, you get +1. You're always faster.
Right. Let's see, 5. Yeah, and you don't even have to fully invest in speed then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think, God, an Elise Storm just to Okos. Yeah, I'm with you. I think Sceptile plus late game Lucario priority. Like I said, I think Terra Steel goes pretty hard.
Yeah. No, I think
Terra Fighting also not bad. But
it has a lot of options.
yeah, absolutely. So I'm with Plaz too. But I think Josh's team is better, is what's funny.
Yes.
But I think matchup wise, Plaz has this.
Yes, I agree. All right, moving on. We got actually the game that I believe was just played. I have not watched it, and I'm going to try to.
They played.
Yeah, they did. I'm gonna avoid watching it and try to avoid spoilers as much as I can to then watch everything live, and kind of get the full reactions and things like that. But on matchup, let's see what I said. I have Terra Dragon Moth. And why do I have that? Oh, I remember. So,
why do I have that?
Yeah. Okay. This is why. Palafin, Mega Charizard, Serp. Water, Fire, Grass. What resists all of them? Dragon. And we talk about Chris's team having to ramp up in order to do damage. Moth outspeeds Palafin if it wants to be banded, right? So, say it's Grass and it thinks it can take care of Mega Charizard X some other way. Moth is OHKOing before Palafin can banded Ice Punch. But then if it stays Fire, all these things. So I was thinking Terra Dragon resists all of them. So that was just a funny Terra that I'm like, it literally counters the 3 Mons that wants the offense, and the only Mons that really can revenge Moth. Or you look at all the other Mons, no other Mon can revenge Moth besides his top 3.
Exactly, yeah. Noivern can come in for some like a jetpack, like Draco, but
he's got Forges though.
Exactly, yeah, and you know that's coming. Although it is a tough bring into a Moth Mega Aggron.
Yeah, that is interesting. That'd be interesting to see if he brings it. My next note is Quagsire, physically defensive Quagsire, Walls, Palafin, and Mega Charizard. So, if we're thinking it's going to be, this team needs to set up in order to get damage off. Unaware Quagsire, physically defensive, take care of both of those. Then, okay, Palafin's going to be banned. Let's have another check to that. Let's have the ability to do that. Fizdef Arboliva can check if it wants to be, banded Wave Crash. So, the offense on Chris's team is going to have such a hard time getting through Sal's team.
Yeah, I agree, and you kind of covered what my initial thoughts were, is Quagsire Walls his threats outside of Serp. Like you could go Water Absorb if you're really worried about Palafin, which I don't really think you should be. You've got Arboliva, as long as you don't swap into a fighting type move. So you can go Unaware in case Megazard gets some DDs up. I think you could lead Quag, because Chris is going to want to lead Baby Palafin and flip turn out or swap out And so you get like a free toxic or a free EQ off on something. Does Chris have?
At that point,
I
I'd
mean,
leave
pre Mega
Aggron.
Zard.
At that point, I'd leave
And
Mega
Mega Buzz.
Aggron and get Roxo.
That's true. Yeah,
Because then
Mega Aggron absolutely could do that too.
Because then I just like another note I have is, can Sal keep Rox up against this team? And he's got Glamora, which can Mortal Spin them away. I think Floor just can defog, right?
Ooh, I mean, Mandibuzz definitely can.
I know Mandibuzz, but Mandibuzz has a horrible matchup into Coco. Coco has such a great matchup. Chris's ground and resist is Mudsdale, but if it's especially offensive, Dazzling Gleam into Mudsdale and gets that read, then it turns out Mudsdale can no longer switch in.
No, yeah. Aggron and Quagsire are just wall his threats so hard.
Yep. I think Aggron, Quagsire, and Arboliva
that core alone
are coming in, and a combination of Toxic Quagsire will break down some of the walls. Moth, Coco have such a good matchup.
And if Chris only brings Glim as his like hazard removal, you just go Mega Aggron every time.
Yep, unless it's corrosion.
Like it can earth power, but filter. Yeah, exactly. That would be some tech, though. I wouldn't even be upset at that.
Yeah.
But I don't think he would do that.
I mean, would you do that because you have a Moth that you know is 100% coming because it's Terra? So would you really want to get up T-Spikes just because you know Moth is coming?
Oh, yeah. Moth is 100% coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you say your choice first, but I think... yeah.
I'm picking Sal in this. The last point is, what type do we think Serp is going to be? To try to break through this core, it's just really hard. I don't see it. It's not obvious. Hopefully Chris can come up with a game plan to do that, but it's definitely not an obvious type.
Yeah, like you're really wanting to go ice because you know he's weak to that, but then Mega Aggron is just gonna heavy slam you into the ground.
Yep, Mega Aggron resists both of those.
Yep.
Iron Moth resists both of those on the face, and Iron Moth Spadef is insane.
God, I don't know. What if he just went Terra Grass?
Moth has base 110 Spadef, or like something crazy like that. And you want Moth coming in on this game? You really don't.
No. Do you have a Terra in mind?
No, I can't find it.
Terra. Okay, all right. Terra Dark isn't awful because the only resist is Tapu, and you can Leaf Storm it safely.
Okay. It just feels so bad, but okay.
It feels... I mean, you're going to get body pressed, but like...
I would say Ghost? Fire.
What about Terra Ghost?
Now you got Arboliva.
My word with Fire is, again, Moth, and then Lando.
I just think that's the best one.
It helps with Aggron, for sure.
Yeah.
You can't go Terra Fighting because Moth and Lando.
Yes, you see?
I think I'd go Terra Ghost. It's really only weak to Zoroark, and I really don't think that's coming.
Arboliva walls Terra Ghost.
Yeah, but like, what does Arboliva do back to you? You can just sit there and Leaf Storm to +6.
Okay. Yeah, can't Hyper
And then you
Voice.
can Depulse.
Yeah, but it's gonna Giga Drain. I feel like Arboliva eats.
But you think it wins that? It might.
And then
surely if you get +6, a Depulse is doing enough.
Yeah, but then Iron Moth or Scarf Lando, Scarf Coco, something like that, revenges.
Yeah, you just get outsped. That's...
Yeah, you're trading your Terramon for Arboliva. But I think we know who's winning this matchup, or our assumptions.
Yeah, I would say Sal definitely has the matchup. It's tough for Chris's team to get going.
Yeah. I think this is a rough first matchup.
I agree. Okay.
Okay, the Battle of the Russians. The Battle of the Russians. Donsky versus Tabs.
You want me to start with this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, as I'm sure you know and are very excited about, it looks like Iron Crown has a phenomenal matchup.
Yes, sir.
Mega Diancie does not want to come into Crown. Neither does Great Tusk. Like Brute does okay into it, but like Volt switch out. Same with Duraludon. But the biggest offensive threats on who'd you say the bottom coach was?
It's Tabs.
Tabs. Yeah, the main threats on Tabs' team are really not wanting to swap into Iron Crown. Like a Specs Crown could go so hard.
Yep. I am thinking the booster speed, Calm Mind, Terra Steel. Terra Steel, Calm Mind, because you don't get Sucker Punched by Brute Bonnet, and I'm pretty sure a +1 almost destroys Brute Bonnet with the Tachyon Cutter. I think it has a very close chance of killing it, even if it's AV. And then at that point, the only thing that can wall it is non-Terra Necrozma, or not even that, a Terra Steel Necrozma to resist both of its stabs. But then you just Calm Mind and eventually store power your way past the Necrozma.
Yeah. This isn't max invested. I was just looking at the damage that it would do at +1. So Brute does guarantee live a +1 Tachyon. But like if you're Terra'd into something that Brute can't really touch, you could get Spored, which, you know.
Yeah. What about Terra Steel +1 Tachyon Cutter?
Oh, Terra Steel? No, that probably kills. I did not have the Terra Steel in there. Fine. Yeah, that guaranteed kills.
Yeah, see.
That's not max HP Brute. Yeah, it's a really high chance.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and you got good hazards with Ferrothorn. And so...
Scarf Tusk could be a problem then.
Yeah.
Which you'd never see Scarf Tusk, but like it is a thing.
Let's see. Yeah, but you have Mismag. That's rough. You have to knock off, and then
he just clicks or what you've got levitate.
You got Mismag and Heracross that eats.
True. Although Heracross probably does not appreciate a headlock.
No. It does not. I would say +1 from a Rapid Spin Tusk looks amazing. Not non-Scarf. I think it needs to be Rapid Spin. But after that, what switches in? Mega Heracross once, but then Tusk gets another Rapid Spin. Miss Maggie's really doesn't want to take a knockoff unless it can, Cobra live one and Wisp. Then you're sacrificing one mod to do that, which is okay, understandable. I was looking at, what was I looking at? Okay, dude, I cooked with this Mega Heracross set. +1 Mega Heracross Jolly outspeeds Barraskewda. So therefore, Trailblaze,
wow.
CC, because CC kills Mega Diancie. Bullet Seed to kill Tusk, and what was the last one? Rock Blast. That has those 4 moves matchups the best into his top 6, which Tabs really only has a top 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, or top 7. And that Mega Heracross set, I was cooking.
Does it get Drain Punch?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah, I was just running some calcs on that set, and yeah, that if you get that +1, it does seem kind of rough.
Literally, it kills everything. It Rock Blast kills Rhythm Heat, CC kills Mega Diancie, Brute Bonnet, Duraludon, Bullet Seed kills Tusk and Barraskewda.
So funny enough, though, a Terra Psychic Necrozma could go crazy.
DD Terra Psychic would need some fire coverage, but yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, Terra's like how fast? Where's the speed?
I would say what What do you think? Like a
Crossman's
DD
pretty
set?
slow though. Yeah, DD. He's got Ferrothorn, so you would kind of want like a special fire move for that. Um, but yeah, if you can outspeed Naganadel, it all kind of depends on Iron Crown's Terra, because like pre-Terra, you get Focus Blast though, so it's neutral.
Okay.
Um,
I honestly think for Donsky's set, you need a red card to get Necrozma out.
yeah,
Like, you can't... Like, it's going to set up somehow. And unless you're already set up with Crown, it's scary.
it is very scary. You don't have a lot to answer a setup Necrozma.
So maybe like a Roar red card Suicune, possibly?
I could see Roar Suicune.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good answer. You're guaranteed to live something.
Yeah. And I would say...
Also...
Go.
No, you're good. If Iron Crown dies, and Mega Heracross doesn't have the +1 speed, Mega Diancie is very scary.
Yes.
Like, very scary.
I mean, you got Zeraora. I feel like Zeraora has a great matchup. Plasma Fists, Grass Knot, Iron Tail, and, I don't know, Volt. Something like that.
I guess Iron Tail. Yeah. I guess that's not too bad. God, that's a lot of pressure, though, dude.
Yeah.
As someone who has played against Mega Diancie twice now, I hate prepping for that mon. It does so much damage.
It is so absurd. So darn absurd. Another thing I was looking at is looking at Donsky's defense. Literally, nothing can handle Rotom Heat. Dash Bund, okay, it's immune to one stab. Thunderbolt, it's not living. Cinccino is not defensive. Charizard's dying to Thunderbolt. Miss Magius, Rotom's bulky. It'll get through it. Zeraora is not killing it in one shot. And is not liking an overheat. Suicune likes to eat overheats. Doesn't like Thunderbolts. Mega Heracross doesn't like overheats. Ferrothorn doesn't like overheats. And I just named all of Donsky's team. So if he's an offensive Rotom Heat, bro, that's gonna go so hard.
Yeah, like a Scarf Heat goes crazy, and then you can even trick something if you want.
I would say trick, yeah.
Yeah, I think you just go Scarf and then trick something that you're scared of, like Crown. If he set up Crown and you just trick a Scarf to it, get fucked.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he has an amazing matchup this game. Good lord.
Yeah.
I mean, Naganadel can come in and just drop a Draco, but like, are you really gonna risk that with Mega Diancie?
Yes. Because Sludge Wave probably does so much damage after that.
For sure. But then you're trading Naganadel for damage on Mega Diancie. I guess that's worth, because you're kind of crowned in game.
It's worth. You always Zeraora to revenge.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's worth. I'm picking the Iron Crown matchup, 100%.
I'm gonna go Tabs.
Okay.
I think, and like not just because he has Brute, but I think I'm saying Tabs with an asterisk because it really all falls on what he does with Necrozma, in my opinion.
Right.
I am not sure what Terra I would bring, but if he's able to find a Terra that does super well, and is able to set up, it's going to be really tough to get through. Like a Cosmic Power set, good lord.
Mm-hmm.
And then Rotom Heat, like you said, just has such a phenomenal matchup. Which does mean you really need to keep hazards under control, in which case you've got Murkrow and Rotom Heat gets deep.
You got Magic
No,
Bounce.
they don't.
You got Magic Bounce.
And Magic Bounce. You do get Magic Bounce.
And you have the best spinner in the game.
Yes, you do have the best skin again. Yeah, so you should be fine on that. So, like, I think with the combination of... God, dude, I just played a Rotom Heat that was a pain in the ass for my team.
Yeah.
Like, that mon is so good. I think, based off how much Rotom Heat can do, it's easier for Tabs to play this matchup. But, if played well, I think the Iron Crown team will win. But I'm going tabs because sometimes simplicity leads to more wins.
Hey, that's a good point. All right, and
Also, he's got Brute on it.
Yeah, that too, and he's got Iron Crown for me, so where we're going.
Yeah, that's fair.
That is the last matchup, because this matchup is in whoever the Spectre guy is. We ain't talked about that matchup. I wrote on the predictions, not JC is the winner of that matchup.
JC.
Well, I wasn't even going to show it on screen. I showed it on screen because I had it.
Yeah, you already gave it more grace than you should.
Yeah, exactly. But all right, I think that's it, and we can discuss other things, I would say, next time. But I would say it's a good thing to wrap up. It's short and sweet, as 45 minutes is short.
Yep, very short around here. But appreciate you having me.
Yeah.
Can't wait to go 100% week 1.
Well, let's see. We'll see how it goes. We already know one matchup, which I'm going to try to avoid, knowing what happened.
True.
We will head to these predictions, and then I'll soon have a reactions video when all the games are played. So
yes, sir.
That's it. See you guys later.
Yep, we ate that.